Ray Coinda. I'm the member of Edinburgh Community Choir Love Music.
My name is Mary and I'm a member of Love Music Community Choir.
We got a very good director and pianist and coordinator.
So I'm Stephen Deasley. I'm the Artistic Director of Love Music, which is an inclusive music charity, and also the conductor of Love Music Community Choir. The choir is a resident in Edinburgh, and our normal rehearsals would be at the Usher Hall, and we have usually, pre-COVID, about 330 singers working with us on a single rehearsal. So we think it's the biggest community choir in the United Kingdom. No one's told us it isn't.
It was massive to begin with. I remember that first week when it felt like every activity that I was involved with was just gradually getting shut down one after the other. So it almost felt like life was being shut down.
A lot of the work that I do is about, holding people's emotional and personal experience in the moment, and because I couldn't find a way to do that, it became very challenging, very difficult, and I found it very hard.
I was sometimes depressed, very worried, because I'm working with hospitality industry and language service, and then my job is cancelled a lot.
But I think what I miss more is just being a part of the group and being in amongst the sound that we create.
We're told that singing is the most dangerous activity that you can do in a social space. That was a shock to us, for a start. Coming together to sing with a group of people, it sounds kind of ordinary and normal, but when you took it away, I think there was a great realization that actually these things are not just important. They're, for a lot of people, they're vital.
I live alone, so sometimes there can be days, in particular a Monday perhaps, where I haven't spoken to anyone. But knowing that the choir is there at the end of the day has just kept me going and reminded me what day of the week it is, which is also quite an important thing.
This once in a week choir make me sort of raise my feeling, and it helped a lot.
The Love Music team were absolutely fantastic, put their heads together and worked out a way of keeping us going online.
We didn't jump in immediately with online kind of material. We took about 5 or 6 weeks to work out what the best response would be for us as an organisation. Feeling very much like we have 300 plus people who are part of our weekly community, and we wanted to find the best artistic and technical response to the situation. So we took a little bit of time to work it out.
It's interesting. I'm always interested in that new technology, the singing through Zoom, and I make a big choir, big concert. I wanted to experience it.
It became clear that teaching online is not the same as teaching in a space where you can bring parts together and let people hear where the complexities sit.
Maybe 1/3 people didn't turn up, but again, quite often 170 people, I can see it in the Zoom.
I made a decision to kind of reduce the technical complexities of arrangements, so that people didn't get left behind in some ways. So just keeping an eye on accessibility and inclusion all the time.
And they do it in such a way that it's still possible to feel really involved, even though we're on the end of a camera.
One of the biggest changes we made was not just delivering a live session, but creating a website, a portal, which housed lots of reference material for all of our singers to use at any time. So there's a film of me teaching every soprano part, every alto part, every tenor part. There's an audio track of that part that they can listen to whenever they want. There's an audio track with just the backing that they can listen to and practice layering their voices on the top.
They have recorded all of our songs in such a way that you can sing along, and although you're singing alone in the room, You can hear the harmonies because you can hear all the other parts. So it does feel like you are singing with the choir.
So we kind of approached it as a combination of here's a live experience, which you know and you know how it works, and it's friendly, but here's a bunch of other things you can take responsibility for as a kind of as your own sort of personal learning.
It worked well. It's almost all year we did it, but now I got used to, and lovely. It's a lovely experience.
I think it's had a lot of positives to it. I think they pall into insignificance compared to the positive of actually being all together and singing and being part of that massive sound that we make.
So I can see it where it might be possible for a choir of 20, 30 people to gather again as an entire unit, possibly in a bigger space, at a point where those sorts of activities are sanctioned as being okay. For us in the Usher Hall, with our kind of 330 singers, it's going to be hard to work out how best to achieve that. It may well be that we create a kind of blended experience where we continue to do live streamed delivery to a large amount of people, but have a smaller amount of people in the hall in person. There's people joining us online who used to be part of our choir, who for whatever reason, health benefits or sort of kind of health parameters, stopped coming to that physical space and are having a really, really good time feeling like they're connected to us.
I think I felt much closer to people during this pandemic, because I can see everybody's face.
You can see, 260, 270 people staying with you, turning up every week, feeding back to you that they're having a really good alternative experience to the one that they would have had, and appreciating the efforts that we as a team are doing to make that